Game sales are a horrible way to measure if a game is good. I have had way too many game conversations end with, "This game sold better than this game, so it must be better." It is a lazy way of judging a game when accessibility, name recognition, availability, price, release date, and many other things are huge factors. Here's why the sales of each Super Mario game don't matter. Super Mario Bros. Shipped with many NES consoles, and all those NES purchases counted as Super Mario Bros. Sales. Duck Hunt is the second best-selling NES game. Must be a coincidence. Super Mario Bros. 2 isn't even a Mario game and was carried by Doki Doki Panic enthusiasts, while Lost Levels was carried by people who wanted Super Mario Bros. To be even more unfair. Super Mario Bros. 3 also shipped with the NES and was the first Mario game to appeal to those who wanted to be a frog. Super Mario Land was the first Mario you could play in the car on the way to your divorced father's house. Oh, and the Koopas were bombs. Super Mario Land 2 was Wario's debut. You wouldn't pay to see this? Super Mario World was often bundled with the SNES, and you got to kill Yoshis. Best game on the list, in my opinion. People can't even agree if Super Mario World 2 is a Mario game. Yoshi is kind of its own series. This is the worst selling game on the list, so I guess it doesn't really matter. You're gonna tell me people didn't have taste in the 90s? Super Mario 64 launched with the N64, and its only competition was Pilot Wings? Doesn't hurt that the game was also helped by greedy, corrupt speedrunners. There was a whole 6-year gap between 64 and Sunshine. Mario fans were desperate. The Mario 128 tech demo got us hyped for the Mario Personality Crisis game. Freaking Brain Age sold 20 million copies for the DS. New Super Mario Bros. Sales will never impress me. My Twitter feed is covered in photos of Rosalina, so I don't think people were playing Super Mario Galaxy for the gameplay. New Super Mario Bros. On the Wii had 4-player simultaneously gameplay, so you had to buy the game if you wanted friends. Super Mario Galaxy 2 replaced Rosalina with Yoshi, and sales halved. Who could have saw that coming? Super Mario 3D Land had puzzles that basically forced you to use the 3D on the 3DS. You had to buy this game if you ever wanted a real chance to use it. New Super Mario Bros. 2 was the first 3DS game to be sold physically and digitally. Knowing Nintendo fanboys, I'm sure people bought it twice. New Super Mario Bros. U was carried by people desperate for anything on the Wii U. Super Mario 3D World was capitalized on players who couldn't choose between 2D and 3D Mario. Odyssey was marketed towards people who wanted to complete the game by accident. There's just moons everywhere. And Super Mario Wonder, you can play as this thing. I absolutely hate it, but I'm sure some of you don't for some reason. Okay, this list is mostly joking, but I mean it that sales are an awful way to judge a game. Buying a video game is weird in the sense that you're usually going in blind when you throw $60 at a product. A 2-minute trailer can only show so much of a 10+ hour game, and reviews are often smothered in recency and selection bias. Arguing about video games is already a waste of time. Let's not make it worse.